Some good news for the West Virginia basketball program. Finally, after bad news after bad news after bad news, Rae'quan Battle and Noah Farrakhan are going to be suited up and ready to go this Saturday against the UMASS Minutemen. Paul, I'm so excited, man. I don't even know what to say. I'm almost, other than the Ric Flair woo that I put out, I'm almost speechless.
Yeah, it's a big deal, and it's a big deal for the kids. They're taking a chance here. So a little shocked that it actually went well for us in this scenario, at least for now. So there's a lot of ins and outs to all this, and there's a lot being shared on social media. I'm not sure if you and I were talking today. I don't know if David Yost and his people ever got back with anything from because they had somebody on the road going to the federal court to get answers about what the NCAA said. They had somebody trying to call the judge himself and say, "Hey, look, they found a loophole to go against your ruling, basically." And I think based on all that, when you look at it, I mean, just logically, there's almost no way that this judge is going to rule in their favor when we come back to court. The NCAA, for lack of a better term, hasn't behaved, right? Because they were in trouble and they got scolded, and then they basically bucked up, right?
Yep.
So they're probably this West Virginia, I can just imagine how they look down their noses. And so, West Virginia smashed their noses right up all over their face. And these kids are playing, and screw you, NCAA.
Yeah, I'm. Now, he didn't say, just to be clear, he didn't say they're playing, but I mean, we all know that's kind of what it means, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna share the actual tweet, the message that was put out by the program right now. Let me enlarge it. All right, here it is. It says, this is head basketball coach Josh Eilert. We have had many conversations with a variety of parties since Wednesday's court ruling in Wheeling, but most importantly, we have had extensive discussions with Rae'quan, Noah, and their families. They have expressed their desire to compete with their fellow teammates and represent WVU on the court. This was their decision to compete. As I've said, we will always fully support them and certainly look forward to having them on our active roster. Josh Eilert. And of course, Ethan Bach, as usual, was one of the first people to put this out on Twitter. He even put out what a potential starting lineup is going to be for tomorrow, he put out the whole roster for tomorrow, actually, and then a potential lineup, I think, as well. But you see a Cook, Rae'quan Battle, Jeremiah Bembry, Jesse Edwards, Noah Farrakhan, Josiah Harris, Kobe Johnson, Kerr Kriisa, Ofri Neve, Ali Ragab, Quinn Slazinski, Patrick Sumnick, and Seth Wilson. Looks like a pretty full roster. Does it not?
Yeah.
A lot better than the 7 or 8 guys we've had until now.
Let's subtract the guys that we know probably aren't going to play. Ali Ragab. Bembry's probably going to get little to no minutes now, I would say, going forward. And then who else do you knock off there? Is that it?
Maybe Sumnick will play, but it probably won't be a lot.
He's going to have to. Yeah, there's just no depth.
He'll probably get 5 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes.
Think so?
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe a bit more because who's going to spell Jesse outside of him, and Cook's not ready yet.
Oh, a Cook. Well, what they can do with a Cook is they can bring a Cook in for Jesse and then bring Jesse in for a few minutes and then bring Jesse in for Quinn and put a Cook at the 4. That's what they were doing last game. And then what they were doing, they were staggering a Cook's minutes along kind of alongside of TV timeouts. That way he got longer breaks.
Right. Yeah, I saw that. I think somebody might get a bit more than that, but we'll see. It'll all play out. Yeah, that's very small potatoes anyway compared to what
I think that's all he got last game.
I didn't pay attention, to be honest.
Yeah. It wasn't a lot. I don't know I don't remember the exact number, but it wasn't much.
He had one of his best games last game.
Oh, Yeah, he played well while he was in there, but I don't think he got a whole lot of minutes. I need to go back and look at that, but it's not really that important anyway. But man, that's either way you look at it. That's definitely a nice visual there. I don't want to stop looking at that. To be honest with you.
So yeah, I mean, you know, most teams have between 8 and 10 guys, right, on a rotation. So during the season, so we're going to have that full complement. You know, each position is going to have a backup and possibly a backup to that. So that's great. That's depth, and these are all quality players. I think if you're telling me that Kobe and Seth are coming off the bench now, listen, this team has gone 5-5, right? Is that where we're at?
4-5.
5-5, 4-5. With basically second string guys outside of 2 players, maybe 3 players. But so to me, man, I'm just excited to see what these guys are going to do on the bench roles and their bench roles now, because I think although Seth had really come out firing last game and really played well, I think he's going to play even better going forward. I really truly do. I think Quinn Slazinski's only going to do better. They were really clogging the lane on him when he would try to go left. And nobody's going to be able to double Jesse anymore, man. It's going to be tough to guard these Mountaineers. I think the biggest worry for me would be on defense for this team going forward, but I'm sure they have a plan for that.
Oh yeah, they do. And we can't forget Kerr's coming back too, even though that's not really news because we already knew that was happening. But I mean, adding him into the fold is just. I mean, we got our full team now. Hopefully, it's not only for 3 games. You know, hopefully, the court will rule against the NCAA again on the 27th. But we'll see how that turns out.
Do we think Rae'quan starts?
I doubt it. First game, I don't think he does. I don't think Josh will start him right off the bat. I think he'll probably bring him off the bench. He'll probably start the guys he's been starting, if I had to guess.
Right.
I think he'll probably get a lot of minutes. Now
Kerr's going to start, obviously.
You think so?
Kerr Kriisa?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I'll be shocked. Completely shocked if he didn't.
Yeah, you're probably right. But I don't know. I just think, number one, bringing Rae'quan off the bench, think of the ovation he'll get when he comes in the game. Well, no, it's an away game. Scratch that. Yeah, I wasn't thinking. Man, if it was imagine if it was a home game. Wouldn't that be cool?
It would be cool.
Think of the ovation that kid would get if he was running out on the floor for the first time.
Yeah. Well, he'll get it. He's going to get it. He's going to get it.
Yeah, he'll get it next game. And hey, he might even get one at UMass. Who knows? Because I'm sure there'll be some West Virginia fans on hand. And
yeah, I have a listener on my football show that said they were going to go.
Awesome. So no, but it won't be anything like it will be at the Coliseum for sure. And I
like this comment.
Yeah, I like it too. If I'm sure there are going to be some jitters. There's going to be some adrenaline. Hopefully they don't press too hard. And, Coach Allert mentioned something in his last presser. These guys, he's been practicing with the team. Both of these guys have. But there's a difference between practice and in a game scenario. Will they have their game legs? I think that's one of the things he's concerned about a little bit. So that's one of the reasons I don't think he'll start them. But again, I could be wrong. They might start. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I wonder if I get caught because I have the same exact line of thought. But then I think also these are 18 to 22-year-old guys that are like elite athletes.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I was that age, I didn't really have weak legs, for lack of a better, I know it's a thing, but I'm just curious. I think these guys are. I just was told that Rae'quan especially has been living in the gym while this is going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping he's like way in shape. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, they've been working with the personal trainers, strength and conditioning team to try to keep themselves in game shape is what Coach Allert said. At least Kerr has anyway. I don't know about the other guys.
This is going to be fun, man.
Yeah, it's going to be. I
You
forgot
want to
what
talk
time.
about Lob City?
The game is at 6:30 p.m. on ESPNU tomorrow, 12/16. It's the Basketball Hall of Fame Classic, is what it's being
I
titled.
wonder if that gets moved to ESPN. It's possible because of the news. I don't know if it's too late for that. It may be too late for that,
Mhm.
but had ESPN known that they were going to play, I mean, because ESPN, it was on Pat McAfee show, it was on the front page ESPN, all this.
Yeah.
JDF says Kerr starting.
Yeah.
I,
Go ahead.
No, I can't say what I was about to say.
Oh, okay.
I was about to say I was gonna openly talk about who I was about to text. But anyway,
yeah, don't do that.
just about slipped out of there.
Don't let your sources out, brother. We'll never see him again, or you'll never hear from him again.
Right.
Nervous for them, yeah, Tosh. That's what I was mentioning earlier. There's going to be some pregame jitters more than likely, but that would be normal, right? It'll be excitement jitters more than anything.
Do you think he means like the risk they're taking, Couz, when he said that?
Oh,
that's how I interpret it.
It could be. Great point. It could be that. Yeah, I am also Tosh, but I still feel like at the end of the day, the NCAA is going to lose this case. I just don't, especially after the stunt they just pulled. I don't think that judge is probably going to be pissed off when he walks in the courtroom. So I don't know, man. I could be wrong, but I don't see him losing it. But I am too a little nervous. I am concerned about them losing their eligibility. But at the end of the day, look at it this way. Those guys have been chomping at the bit to get on the floor with their teammates. Okay. Both of these guys first off, Noah still has another year left after this. Even if he does lose his eligibility, he still has another year. So it wouldn't affect him as much. But when you look at Rae'Quan, he has 1 year left. So if he plays the 3 games, he's done, right? If they say that he's ineligible. But guys, I'll be honest with you. There's a good chance Rae'Quan's not coming back next year anyway. So why not play? Why not go ahead and play, take the chance, and do it? That's how I look at it. What do you think, Paul?
Yeah, I mean, I have 2 sources that have openly said that in different conversations with me. 2 separate people that, as far as I know, don't talk, that are both well plugged in. They've both said that same thing, that he likely won't even be here next year. So that must be out there. Maybe he's publicly said it to the team or whoever. But Danny Sprinkle, his former head coach, who he's as close to him as anybody in the world, is 10-1 at Utah State right now. So he's likely going to be moving on to a bigger and better job, according to a lot of people. With the job he did at Montana State. And so that's a possibility. And then Rae'Quan was mentioned before the season as a first or second rounder anyway. So that's probably not likely to change much, especially if he can just get 3 games on tape. Even that will help him, just having some tape out there. And then he'll have a chance to go do what Deuce did and go work out and play against those guys and show that he's better. There's a lot of post-season stuff these guys get to do to showcase their talent. So Rae'Quan will have his opportunities to get his name out there, whether or not he plays more than these 3 games or not. But certainly getting into Big 12 play will either kill his chances or vault him up further.
Right.
I mean, he's already proven against Kansas State that he can score 30, basically. So, and that's a really good defensive Kansas State team. They couldn't do anything with him. I went back and watched that again today. I mean, we're getting some elite talent in here today, guys, and not just Rae'Quan. Noah has done the same exact thing. He is a sniper. He really, truly is. And man, I'm just so excited about it. Listen, Kirk Risa is probably the best lob throwing point guard in basketball right now. There's a couple guys out there you can name alongside him. Jesse Edwards a Cook, Rae'quan Battle, and Noah Farrakhan are all going to be getting set lobs. Even Noah at 6'2" can get his chin off the rim. So I can just imagine what this team is going to be exciting to watch.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. David Cummings says, "Why not sprinkle to WVU?" I guess it's possible.
It would be. I mean, yeah, possible. He'd have to do really big things at Utah State this year, but yeah.
Yeah. Battle starting is 85%. I think Ethan put something on his Twitter about the starting lineup. Let me look and see. Let's see. West Virginia hasn't played a game this week, but what a win for Josh Otter in the program, returning a Cook, Rae'quan Battle, Noah Farrakhan, and Kirk Creasy within 10 days to a team under 500. Yeah, he didn't put the starting line. I thought he did, but he didn't.
Right.
I don't. I saw the lineup or the all the guys that would be available and thought that was the. But anyway, I'm excited, man. I can't wait. This might be the most watched game, Mountaineer game anyway, all year. You know,
amongst Mountaineer fans
up to this point. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, up to this point.
I think a lot of teams. I mean, they're going to have scouting reports, and I doubt Frank Martin's not going to overlook us. But I wonder if down the road teams will look at our record and overlook us. You know?
Yeah, possibly.
Because this team's going to take. It's going to take 10 games if these guys don't get. Let's say it just stays the way it is. It's going to at least take 10 games for them to really get some fluidity going here.
Yeah.
Against other competition themselves. So there's going to be some growing pains in the next 10 games. They might even lose another game or two. We don't really know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is not it ain't like this team's an automatic. I mean, it's still not.
We're one, in my opinion, I mean, right, you're right. We're like a piece or two away from being a top 15 team, in my opinion. Like if Trey Mitchell was still here, I'd be screaming Final Four. You know, like that's how close we are. Though. We're not that far off. If a Cook can keep ascending the way he looked the other day and affect the game, the plus minus that he had, what was it, 15? He was plus 15.
Plus 15 in 12 minutes.
So in 12 minutes, that means that basically a Cook, the team was plus 15 on the scoreboard the 12 minutes he was on the floor. So if you can just magnify that 10 more minutes, let's say, you know, and it's not going to stay at that. Even the best players in NBA, I think plus minus of 7 or 8 is one of the, you know, it's like elite. Anyway, if he can keep ascending, look out.
Right. Absolutely. Denny Allen says, biggest thing for me is getting back to some semblance of normalcy. Let the kids play and move forward. Great comment, Denny. Thank you for that, man. Yeah,
let us know your starting lineups below, guys. I think that's a pretty cool, fun little activity for everybody. Yeah. Don't forget to subscribe. We're only 18 minutes in, Couz. It's not too bad compared to usual. To Hoot from the Hills. And also that super chat button is down below, guys. This is what I do for a living. This is what Couz does half the time for a living. If you can help the channel out, it also helps us. So appreciate that.
Absolutely. Like Greg says, hit the thumbs up button. And by the way, if you're watching on a smartphone, matter of fact, it might even be, I don't know. I know it's like this on a smartphone. You may have to hit the X button, get out of the chat for a second, go hit the like button, and then go back into the chat. Because you can't see the like button with the chat box up. It's kind of weird how that works, but I know that's how it is on an iPhone anyway.
Yeah.
But yes, Creasy is playing. AJ, he absolutely is. So we got all 3 of those guys back.
Wow. I'd have never projected that whenever he got suspended, that we'd get all 3 back the same game.
Me either.
That's wild to me.
First off, we didn't even expect Noah to play this year at all.
Oh, yeah, that's right. This is like what a
It's a
blessing.
bonus, man.
He was supposed to be the featured guy next year. Like they got him to be the future,
Mhm.
and he's given up a year. He's given up 9 games, but you go deep into the tournament, you can make some of them up, right?
Yep.
So,
Guys, if you want to make sure that your comment gets read, we're getting more and more people in the chat, so it's getting harder to keep up with the chats, with the comments. If you want to make sure your comment gets read, you do what Denny Allen just did. Perfect timing, Denny. Oops. From one Mountaineer to another, happy to help. Merry Christmas. Denny, Merry Christmas to you, buddy. We appreciate
thanks,
the
man.
super chat. We appreciate the support. And means a lot, man. Means a lot.
It truly does.
If you want to lead the conversation in a certain direction, you want to make sure, like I said, make sure your comment gets read. You can leave that super chat right there where the $sign is, where the chat, near the chat box. Hit that, put in the amount of your donation, and then your comment. And it will get read for sure. It separates your comment from the rest and also highlights it for us. And it's a good way to, if you want to help us out, it's a good way to help us out and donate to the show.
Agreed.
Shout out from Mingo County. Says Paul is the man.
How about the Mingo County boys? What part of bloody Mingo you in, man?
Shows how messed up the NCAA is and what they almost got away with.
How about our combination on the thumbnail today, guys? Right? If you haven't looked at the thumbnail for this video, I had the idea, and Couz made this thumbnail. And all I had in my head was that little boy pissing on the NCAA, and Couz made that thing happen. So we kind of collabed on that thumbnail today. We're kind of proud of it.
When he messaged me that, I'm like, dude, I'm on that. That was so cool because I knew I could do it. And then I ended up having to found the perfect picture to transpose over and do it with. It was perfect.
Good times.
Anyway, yep. Sometimes the thumbnail making process is fun, and sometimes it's tedious. Just depends.
Lenore, okay, that's awesome, man. I'm from Dingus, so originally from Dingus. My dad is the game warden in Mingo, or my dad. My uncle is the game warden in Mingo County, so you might know him.
Les Bullis says Edwards, Creasa, Quinn, Battle, and Sumnick.
I have a dream.
Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. I'm trying to wrap my head around Sumnick. Why are you starting Sumnick, Les? What am I missing? Is he playing guard?
He might have miswrote. He might be talking about. He's probably talking about Slads.
Might be, but hey, he might not. He might think Paul. He might think Pat's good enough to start. Never know. Yeah. Hey, Paul, is there any way I could private message you besides Twitter?
That's wild, ain't it, Couz? You see that?
What?
This right here. Look at that last name you put on there.
Cool.
That's wild, man. That's my uncle, and that's also my last name. So that's a pretty small world, man. Yeah, Tyler. You got an email?
While you're doing that, I'm going to address this super chat. Mark, thank you, man. Thank you, man. This $1 donation. Mark, we appreciate you, brother. If you, I noticed you didn't put a comment in there. If you want to say something, drop it in the comment in the chat box, man, and we'll try to address it. I know sometimes it's if you've never done it before. I know I've done that a couple of times. I've donated money to a show and forget to put my comment in or not know how to do it. I've done it on John Kurtz's show like twice.
What's that?
Try to do a super chat, and then my comment, I mess up and don't get my comment put in there. So it comes up as just a donation with no comment, which is fine too. But in that night, I had a comment I was wanting him to read. And because he has like a gazillion people, so he doesn't, unless you leave him a super chat, he don't even see it.
No.
All right, David, thank you for the donation, my man. He says, I'm sorry if I made you all mad during the Oklahoma game. I'm just a fanatic, same as you. Love your content. Keep up the great work. David, you know what, man? When I read your messages, I had a feeling you were just blowing off some steam. I didn't take it personal, man, so it's all good.
Yeah, it's usually never personal, unless somebody makes it personal. But it's even hard to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We're pretty easy to get. We blow things off pretty easy.
He does have an email, he says.
Okay. I'm going to give you my email address, Tyler, and it's not really something I mind giving out. So, I- I'll put it in I'll put it in the chat box.
You want me to type it in for you?
Yeah,
What
you
got?
remember it?
Yeah.
Last name.
Yep, I got you.
First name 0 at Gmail.
Got you, bro. Broski.
All right. Just email me, Tyler.
There it is on the screen for the world to see. Now you're going to get emails from some freakazoids.
So just send me an email, Tyler.
John Kelly.
John Kelly.
I don't know if you've missed a live stream, my man.
He's there every time, ain't he?
We appreciate you. Silva Mark's another one. I don't know. I got some weird things going on with my lighting. Every time I move, it makes a. I don't know what the heck's going on. If y'all need memes made for thumbnails, let me know. I'm a meme veteran.
Okay, man.
Are you a mean veteran or a meme veteran? Or both? Paul's both. No, Paul's a GIF veteran is what he is. Paul's a GIFer.
Yeah.
He likes to GIF.
I do the occasional GIF.
John Christophic, thank you for joining. John, I'm on at the radio at the same time. Glad we got some good news about the players.
Yep.
By the way, John, put the name of your radio station in the chat box, man. Maybe some people come over and check you out. Because I can't remember it. I never can. I'm terrible at remembering that kind of stuff.
Right.
I've even listened to it a couple times, and I still can't remember the name of it. Even requested a song on there one time, and John was nice enough to play it for me. I think it was My Sacrifice by Creed, if I remember correctly.
Oh, that's not a bad song.
Best band in the world.
You are a big Creed fan.
Oh, I love them.
I like them too. It just ain't done it so long. It's
Yeah,
I know they're going on tour.
August. Yeah, I'm going to see them in August. It's a long time.
Are you really?
Wait. Yeah, it's a long time to wait, but
yeah, and you never know what could happen between now and August.
Exactly. I'm a little bit worried about that. Trey says he's assuming Battle will start in place of Harris. Maybe. I don't expect him to start. He might, but it wouldn't surprise me if he don't. But I guarantee he gets on the floor pretty quick. Either way.
He's going to have to, really.
Mark, thank you for the $2 donation. He says, I am happy and on edge. Want Ofri for 18 to 20 minutes. Hey, Ofri's going to get his minutes. Ofri's going to get some minutes, whether he starts or not. I actually think this might be good for Ofri. Maybe not. I mean, I think coming off the bench is a better role.
Too.
Yeah, true. Good point. But I do think coming off the bench is a better role for him. And I think the same about Seth, to be honest. I think Seth is just better when he seems to shoot the ball better. I don't think he's under as much pressure, and he's just more comfortable. And now last game he shot well, so maybe he was just now getting into a groove too. I don't know, but these guys want to win basketball games, so I'm sure they want these guys back.
Right. Well, Ofri's got some mechanical issues. Well, he had some. He's getting better with his shot.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm imagining they're probably working on that, because if you see where his release point is with the ball, every now and again that elbow sticks out whenever he shoots it, and I've noticed over the last. I pay attention to this, like crazy, but the last couple games that elbows came in some more, so I'm wondering if that's helped.
Yeah. Can you do a number 2 thumbnail on the NCAA logo?
Actually, there was that option.
Was there?
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's one with somebody doing that to it too.
Guys,
Well, to
Civil Mark is a smart man. You should listen to his wisdom and hit that thumbs up button.
The thing about the thumbs up button, guys, and I know it's you hear it in every video you see, but if you guys just do that, it just means more people will see the video because there's engagement happening. It's just how the algorithm works, and then we actually make money that way too. It's not all about money, but it is about more people seeing us so we can grow this damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. We kind of plateaued just a little bit. We're continually growing, but not quite as fast as I want.
Yeah, it's our goal is to be the go-to basketball channel for WVU. That's our goal. See. I just came on after work a day, punched the thumbs up. Thank you, Shannon. Appreciate you, man. I saw another comment here. Oh, Josh said he would love for Okonkwo to come back. Hey, that actually would be an option now, right? No, you can't. I'm wrong.
Why? What are you wrong for?
The rule, I said this wrong the other night in our show too, and I was listening to a podcast the next day and it got clarified. There's still a rule that says you cannot play for two teams in the same season.
Well, he technically didn't play for us this year, though.
Oh yeah, he didn't.
He transferred before the season began.
Okay, you're right. You're right.
Right after Hugs was fired.
But a team, like for example, I think I said on our show the other night, Quinn could leave and transfer. As an example, he can't. If you've played for a team, you can't just leave and go play somewhere else. But Okonkwo couldn't do that because he's played for UNC. So if he came here, he wouldn't be able to play the second semester. See what I'm saying? It's only for guys who had already transferred in and had their waivers denied. Now, if the rule sticks and they
or guys who are ineligible first semester,
right. If the rule holds and the injunction goes through on the 27th, and these guys remain eligible, then that opens up Pandora's box for football transfers now to start leaving that may not have been eligible to leave. Or it goes the other way too. It opens the door up for us to go get some guys who might not be happy that have already transferred once. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For an example, Tony Mathis could come back. Just an example. Or Tomowa Durajaye could leave potentially. That's two examples going the other way.
Good examples.
But anyway, I haven't seen any other updates, Paul. Have you, since we've been on?
No, I'm looking to check right now.
If you guys have heard or seen anything, let us know in the comments section there in the chat box. But other than that, I don't really have anything else. Paul, do you?
No, I'm good to go.
We just wanted to kind of get on here and have a live show / celebration about the return of, well, not even the return, the announcement that Rae'quan and Noah Farrakhan will be able to play for the first time this year after not being eligible because of the court case that was held on Wednesday. And now, again, to recap, this is only a 14-day temporary restraining order on the transfer rules. And it's possible that the court reverses the decision and then these guys go back to being ineligible, at which time they could potentially lose their year of eligibility. But they have made the decision as players and their families that they want to play, so they're going to play. So that's where we are, just to summarize the situation for those of you who may have gotten on here late. Yeah, did you see that, Paul, on the replay? When we do the replay, put your email in the comments, he said. If you go check out, Well, I don't know. You may not have it on your channel page, on your Mountaineer football channel page. I don't know.
I can't remember.
But anyway, the NCAA is sometimes a bully, Josh. That's what they seem like in this scenario. Well, guys, I don't have anything else. I don't think Paul has anything else. So we're going to call it a day. We appreciate you guys jumping on. Thanks for all the comments. If you caught this on the replay, the likes, the comments, all that still help us out. Even if you missed it live, still please do all that stuff, okay? Until next time, guys.
We appreciate you guys, man.
Yep. We appreciate you. Thank you. And we're done.